my gravy Timothys, and welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4, where once again we are checking out the new DLC. No idea when this video is coming out because I'm pre-recording a whole bunch of stuff, but hello from the past. But once again, my gravy babies, we are going to be playing Germany because we've got some old history paths to play. I do want to play them all because they are all really good, and obviously it's a lot of content to look through, so we can't really do it in one video. But today we are going to look at the reworked Kaiser path. If you like the Kaiser, why not leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button, Kaiser bros. It's called engagement bait, and I'm going to do it until the end of times. Alright, so over here on the right, we now have the brand new old history paths for Germany. It's a lot of stuff. I obviously want to check out the new communist stuff, the new democratic stuff, and obviously now the new Kaiser path. Now, there's a lot of brand new stuff in here, but obviously at the same time, we've got a whole bunch of old stuff reworked as well. And you know what? Just for the fun of this as well, I'm going to back out and I'm going to re-put this game on, but with old history focuses on. Alright, cue me regretting this 20 minutes later. Okay, so we're going to overthrow Hitler immediately, get him out the way. And as you can probably tell, we have so much to do over here. It is ridiculous. Also want to point out that I have not tried this yet, so if this goes horrendously, blame it on my ineptitude. But don't you dare blame it on my character, as I tried my very best. Oh, okay, so with our little rally, the Wehrmacht right now, we actually get a whole bunch of events, I'm assuming, to actually get what we want on our side. Now, I particularly don't care about the Kriegsmarine because I'm going to rebuild our fleet anyway. So we're going to go tell Eric Reader to go politely go read a book, a specific book on how to deal with rejection. Okay, so the only event I actually got was for the Kriegsmarine, which is fine. We now obviously owe no debt to a man who can't stop reading, but it is good news because I think for the rest of this, it's going to be exactly how it was before the patch. Oh, okay, so we also get expatriated communists returning home, which obviously we're not doing the communist branch, so we're going to go ahead and keep a little bit of an eye on these guys. Hey, but if you are actually going communist, you do get a weekly manpower bonus right there. That's pretty nice for a whole year. Oh, well, he's already out the damn picture. Very interesting replacement. I was holding out and actually finishing them so I could get war economy as well as extensive conscription, but that didn't pan out too well because I waited too long now. Whatever, we have got ourselves the most important one, which is extensive conscription, because obviously we'll never be able to go up on this anyway, as we will be non-aligned. God. Is this a Kaiserreich reference? Also realize you definitely don't have to give in to the guy making the demands for the Kriegsmarine, because you just get it all back at the end of the war anyway, and it's not really useful during the Civil War, so what really is the point? Okay, Kaiser Wilhelm's back. We could have gone with the military dictatorship as well, which gives us a different option for things to do over here, but of course we're going to keep with the Kaiser for now. For now, we don't know how well he'll do. Because I did go for your plan last time I played, I decided we'd go with prioritize economic growth this time around. I think it definitely fits going the Kaiser route a lot better, because obviously we won't be doing a lot of conquesting off the bat. Yeah, really hoping either Austria or Hungary do end up doing the Austro-Hungarian path, at least one of them. I mean, we have two chances of one of them doing it currently, and we'll see where that goes, but I get the feeling they're both not going to do it. Okay, we already got a few things going on in the world, like this big green Poland. It's green and big and led by a woman. Oh, bad news for us. The Austrians are going communist, at least if they succeed in that little civil war down there, and the Russians are also getting Trotsky. I ain't too sure how this is going to work. I can demand their annexation, but I'm not too sure this is going to go through, but I don't really care too much because I just want to go down to carve up Czechoslovakia. It's gonna get very weird because they have accepted, which means I just get half, and now we just have this weird little Austrian rub state down here. What happens if I just release them as a puppet now? Can I? Yeah, I can still do carve up Czechoslovakia, which is all I care about. Also, yeah, that calls Hungary into our faction after we do the Austrian stuff, so we should be pretty good making our alliances and a little bit of growth there. Why is Denmark in the Allies? We'll sort that Austrian thing at some point whenever I can actually justify people, because currently that ain't possible. There you go. He has accepted a splitting up Czechoslovakia. Nice. I think the way this works is you're not really supposed to get both Austria and the Czechs. You kind of have to pick one or the other, and obviously if you do what I do and just release Austria, and if you're playing a normal game without a historical stuff happening, you should be able to get both of them. You just have to re-annex Austria after, or, you know, do what I do and have to re-annex the other half of Austria. Yeah, I've got West Austria and East Austria. I gotta technically annex them both if I care enough, but we'll see about that. There are benefits to actually doing the Brothers in Arms and the Align the Czechs, because you can do Rekindle Imperial Sentiment if you do that, but I don't really want to have the Austro-Hungarians if I can, you know, just take the land myself. But aligning Czechoslovakia does look pretty good, honestly. There are a few things down here that could help you out a whole bunch, especially with your economy starting off, which we're not going to get, but definitely worth doing. Okay, now I went with Restore Brest-Litovsk down here. You can see the Eastern Front, which is pretty much what you'd get originally in the old German tree, a little bit reworked with a few things in there, but I instead am going to go ahead and do a bit of conquering. This time we ain't really making friends with the Poles, unsurprisingly. We're going in. That's if they don't actually just submit to me and give me the land that I want, which I'm hoping they do, because they are communists, which means they could just immediately join this big old faction on their border. Poland accepted my first lot of demands, and we could really just end it right there. I think that'd leave us with a very powerful country, but we're not done. How can I sleep tightly tonight knowing that Memel is not in my country? Hey, in our Weltpolitik over here as well, we are aligning with the Chinese, who are still fighting the Japanese, even though they have gone the shogunate. So we want to make sure that they are nice and powerful and hopefully survive. Already looking very complicated for me. We got the communist Italians, we got the communist Greeks, Poland, obviously the Soviet Union. I think I can tell where France is going with this too, which is really funny considering they are in the Allies and the UK is going a very different path. I do think Denmark has just been there peacefully for too long. It's time to go over there, slap this guy's bald head and ask for some land. Oh, Wilhelm II has died, and now we get on to Wilhelm III. I kind of wish they got some new portrait for these guys, but you know, whatever. I guess we'll just look at this glorious side profile. Okay, Denmark has bent the knee and South Jutland is now ours. We're going to move on to try and get some more land off Poland too. I just need to get some more men out. There you go. Lithuania has accepted our demands. We've got them annexed as well. And now we are going to demand the rest of our stuff from Poland. Poland has accepted even more. Now we could go straight in on the Poles here, but I am a little bit worried that they could just join straight in on that Soviet faction. I'm going to try it. I'll reload the save if it goes terribly, but I do kind of have the feeling tension's pretty low that we could just blitz through before they get the chance to join. And so far, so good. Okay, we squeezed through that one pretty good. There you go. Looks like someone just got like the drag tool in Photoshop and just grabbed Germany that way. I'll just look back down there for a second. Switzerland has gone sicko mode. Hey, just got my goals on the rest of the Baltics here, and I have noticed that the Spanish just declared on the British after they declared on the Portuguese, who declared on Guernsey Clique, and that means goodbye Spain, essentially. Also installed a friendly government over in Finland, which they accepted, so I've got my puppet up there, and Prince Wolfgang von Hesse in charge. Okay, after annexing those guys, we can now go ahead and set up our first little client state from Brest-Litovsk and get the United Baltic Duchy. Politics of the world are looking very complicated though. Sweden has also gone communist and they've just joined the Allies, which guys, too much I could do about that. Japan just absolutely destroyed China and I literally could not do anything, but that ain't great. Oh, and of course they've just gone straight into the oh no, why they're going right into the Soviets, because of course they are. I mean, I guess I could get Japan in my faction. I'm not ready for a big fight like that, especially because Romania has also weaseled their way into the USSR. Oh yeah, and there goes Spain. That's great. Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to invite Japan at all because I won't be able to protect Hungary and Bulgaria, which I imagine are going to get steamrolled pretty quickly, although Hungary does have a giant army. So Japan, you're on your own. Hopefully you weaken them enough, and then I'll roll in and save the day. In fact, I think that is exactly what we are going to prepare for next. The Benelux just formed, which means I could just get those guys for free now. Of course, Belgium went communist as well. Didn't have enough communism in the world. There goes Denmark. Right, well, you guys played yourself making your own little faction, that's for certain. Everything I could do with Italy was actually aligning them, which just brings them into our faction, doesn't change them or anything like that. I can't obviously do the coup because, well, Mussolini ain't there no more. He's been eaten by this fella. And there they go. What the hell do I do with this? Because obviously we get both the Dutch East Indies and the Congo, and I think we probably want to keep the Congo at least alive, and probably the Dutch East Indies now that I'm thinking about it. That way we don't have to worry about holding the land directly and getting convoy raided and stuff like that. I'm also going to leave the Netherlands alive just right there, but take their resources on Curacao. There you go, look at that. We're already looking pretty damn powerful, and there's not a lot more we could bother even do. We could just stay like this and watch as everyone else burns, or we could get the matches out. I'm also going to try and get the Ottomans back, although it is hilarious. If you do German hegemony in the Middle East over there, Wilhelm III gets the Sword of Islam. Hey, there you go. We have brought the Ottoman Empire back into the fold. Not the leader I thought it would be. Okay, I'm justifying on West Austria, seeing if we can sneak those in, if anyone cares if I do. It is 1943, and I'm still just sitting here peacefully. Everyone else, though, in the world is fighting somebody, except the US. They've got Alf Landen, and he's chill. Interestingly enough, they've actually been guaranteed by the Alpine Confederation, which, you know, I was looking to deal with that anyway. Not entirely sure what really to be doing here, considering they've just stolen a whole bunch of land off people. There you go. Now I no longer need to care. I think we've waited more than long enough at this point. It's definitely time for us to take down the Soviets, which I think is going to go very easily. The Japanese have got to have softened them up to no degree by now, and we can get straight in on this by simply inviting them to our faction. First thing we're doing, we've got to take out Romania, then we can get down to Bulgaria, who are now orangey brown, and then from there we could push into Greece, who are also, guess what, communist. Realize they're browny orangey yellow because they've been puppeted by the Netherlands, who have done the EU path. The only person they've gotten, though, is Bulgaria. Economy, though, is about to go insane. Now that we're at war with a major, we can do our war production focus, and considering we already have all of these nice buffs, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yep, I still can't even go up to war economy, by the way, because I guess the Soviets are just too weak. Oh, yeah, okay, so there is something that they added into the game, by the way, that I haven't seen happen until now, funnily enough, but when Trotsky takes power, and obviously he does the releasables because he can release nations, it looks like somebody has gone ahead and snuck their way down to Georgia. Yeah, that is definitely very funny. I mean, I don't actually know who that is. I can't tell because of their mustache being gone. Well, that is certainly the benefit of having a full collab on the Soviets. We did not have to go far at all. Yo, Japan had so many points, obviously, because they've been grinding the whole time, so we couldn't take everything. We did have to make a few concessions, mostly down in Greece, which... not my problem. Yeah, we can also make our new puppets over here. I mean, that doesn't look too great, but I can also release the Soviets as I have a full collab on them, so we shall do that as well. Love the lag, love the lag, love the lag. I love lag, 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 lag. The lag has gone away. German Russia has been born. Okay, now we're preparing to go in on the Allies finally, because someone needs to put this weird alliance down into the grave where it belongs, because none of it makes sense. Okay, so I've invited everyone I can to my faction at this point, and I think it's safe to say I'm gonna have a lot of fronts to cover. I think it might be best just not to call a lot of our allies in, because I don't reckon a lot of them are gonna be too handy here. Have made some SPGs as well, and as you can tell with our brand new MIO for them, we're getting quite a bit of soft attack. So no point dilly-dallying around here. Let's just go ahead and get in. Okay, I guess I'll call the... Should I call the Japanese in? I think we'll call the Japanese in and we'll see what they can get up to. Also, CC clique. Yeah, if we start losing a whole bunch of our allies, I'm not going to be too worried about that, honestly. Who do we have to capitulate to end this, actually? Just the UK and France, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Right? Oh man, I forgot about Denmark as well. They left the allies at one point, but now they're back in, so I guess oops. Also, my brand new fleet out in the channel, and obviously all of my submarines raiding away. Hopefully just gonna cripple the UK and the allies just from that alone. These SPGs are pretty funny. Just click on them, boom, 850 soft attack. Goodbye. Goodbye. Should I do Vichy France? I think there's probably no reason for us to even bother with that, honestly. We're just going to take the land ourselves. Finally, I can go to war economy. It's taken me a little bit to get there, okay? Looks like our fleet has finally engaged parts of their navies over here, and it looks like it is doing the nicest job possible. That is most certainly beautiful. If we just sink the entire British fleet, which there is a lot of it at this point in the game, we should have no problem getting across. I still need to do all my invasion tech and stuff like that because I have not bothered, but look at that, I got myself a free little thing right now, so might as well get started. Spain also joined my faction, so we are giving them a helping hand. I just realized they're democratic. You are most certainly not democratic, my friend. Yeah, we'll give them a helping hand getting the British out of their land, and we're also going into Sweden to liberate them. Let's just notice that Alsa actually managed to unify all of Ethiopia and Somalia down there. How did that happen? Yeah, I've got my multi-charge large caliber guns all aimed at England currently, doing a whole bunch of bombarding, and I've got my tech, so we're going to try get a naval invasion off. Okay, cracking into the UK might be a little bit difficult. I can't see right now, but whenever I do get some intel, I notice that they have a ton of troops over here, so we're going to have to go at them pretty hard. Also, I was going to go in on Norway too, but they got guaranteed by Italy and Uruguay, and I do believe Italy is in the American faction, which I don't particularly want to deal with just yet. There you go, the intel's kicked around, and they have quite a whole bunch to respond to my invasion. I am also just launching ballistic missiles at them too, along with my multi-charged large caliber high orbital barrage anime, which I'm hoping oh, that guy just took the whole thing. But no time like the present, in we go. What we need to do is make sure that we push out and don't get caught along the coast whenever these units activate. Oh, and congrats to me, I just stole a little bit of Project Habakkuk right there. Oh, I did manage to capture that because it happened so quick. I just accidentally overran the UK's home guard, which is like 60 divisions. I tried to just encircle them, but I was so fast, I managed to just overrun them, and that's 3 million casualties. That was over very quickly. Okay, very, very nice. A little bit messy in some places in the world, though. I can go ahead and actually release some more states here, so I'm going to go do that. There you go. We can do Greater Flanders. We can do the Breton State, Wales, and Scotland. And not exactly the bestest of nations to release, I'll be real. I kind of wish we could do a bit more here. And the Italians declared war on like Congo or something really weird. I'm not too sure what actually just happened there, but they haven't called America in, so I'm just gonna try and get rid of them as quick as I can here. Also, just in case, sending my army over to that little bit of Canada I own. Oh, I guess that actually worked. I'm real confused how the hell the Netherlands keep doing it, but they got European Spain. Okay, that makes sense. They're in Europe. They've got Bulgaria, but how the hell did they manage to get themselves Nepal? I'm really not too sure why my puppet has puppets in the first place, but how they got Nepal, I really don't know. I think that's pretty sad. We can't actually release Middle Africa. At least I don't think we can. I have done the little focus over here of realizing Middle Africa, but that doesn't do anything but give us claims on everything. So that is a little bit sad. There is a little Middle Africa you can do as the Congo as well if you get the German collaborator in charge, but obviously I can't really force that, sadly, or else that would have been pretty nice to have the giant African puppet state down here. I also thought I'd go ahead and clean up the rest of Europe, so I annex the Netherlands, and thus the Spanish became free and then joined Brazil's faction. Anyway, might as well put this game to bed. And we just completely rolled over the Americans, that is for certain. How long have we been here? Not long at all. We've done 81,000 on us and 1.2 million. I've actually just overtaken the Japanese there. Okay, and there you go. Not hard at all. Oh man, you know, I thought that was Mexico, but no, that's the Ottoman Empire. Okay, I'm more than done with the Kaiser path at this point. It was a very, very fun game. Way better than the path used to be, obviously. You get so many different choices, so many different ways you can go as well. And I do actually kind of regret carving up the checks and stuff and not doing the customs union. I think that would have been way better at the start of the game. Obviously, late game, this is still really good. And on top of the fact the German economy buff just is insane beyond belief when you get that thing decked out. On top of that, it would have been very nice. But hey, if you enjoyed this look at the new Kaiser path for Germany, we will be taking a look at the communist path and the democratic path as well, because we got plenty to look at. We got so much to do, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe down below, because at 1 million subscribers we're gonna get a rat, a pet one, and he's gonna be there dancing on screen all the damn time.